Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to Green Gourmet with a very hardcore Tuscan style soup. We've got the buckwheat, we've got the mushrooms, and the chickpeas, so it's high in protein. And the buckwheat and the porcini mushrooms have a natural nutty flavor that makes a perfect savory soup. Of course, I'm Italian, so I am a very big fan of porcini mushrooms. In this recipe, we're using them dried. You can use any mushroom you really want, but if you want the really hardcore Tuscan-style soup, you really need to use the porcini mushrooms. You can use them fresh or dried, as I am in this recipe. Bear in mind that the dried mushrooms tend to have a much more intense flavor. So remember that when you use the mushrooms in this recipe. So the first thing we do is we actually put the dried porcini mushrooms to soak in slightly warm water with a touch of milk. The milk is going to make them even softer and meatier. So when you add them to the soup and you eat this fantastic spoonful of this Tuscan style recipe, you're going to feel the meaty porcini mushrooms under your teeth, and it's fabulous. And we're also going to use, at least this is the pumpkin I'm using delica pumpkin because it adds even more to the nutty flavor of this soup. Because when delica pumpkin is ripe, it tastes like a giant chestnut and it brings out all the nut flavors, and delica is definitely the way to go for this soup. But any other pumpkin you want to use is fine. It's just not going to be exactly the same. So while our dried porcini mushrooms are soaking in water, we chop coarsely the onion and also the delica pumpkin. We put them in a pan with vegetable broth. I use vegetable stock to make my vegetable broth. If you want, you can do it traditional with the carrots and everything, and you boil it and you filter it. I don't do that because I cook a lot, and if I were to prepare my broth that way, I would probably be eating carrots my entire life. So we add the broth to it, we let it cook for like 15 minutes, no more than that, and then blend it. And then add the buckwheat, the porcini mushrooms. We're not going to chop them because we want this meaty texture in our mouths when we eat the soup. Then we cover it again and let it cook for approximately 10 minutes. And then we add the chickpeas, the rosemary, a nice bit of black pepper, and a little bit of salt. Just adjust it, taste it first because it's already like very rich and savory, so taste it before you add any extra salt. And of course, the finishing touch is the nutritional yeast, which is not going to add too much of a cheesy flavor to the soup because we don't want this soup to taste cheesy, but it's going to bring like the extra mile in terms of the flavors of this soup. And you let it cook for another 5 minutes and it's ready. And you've got to do nothing more than add a whole lot of extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of parsley if you want, and a nice slice of toasted Tuscan-style bread with a little bit of olive oil. I didn't have any sitting around, but if you want to add that finishing touch, it is absolutely perfect and you won't regret it. It's a soup that's flavorful and very easy to prepare, and I think it's al bacio. If you don't try it, you're missing out. I hope you like this recipe and let me know what you think about it. And if I did leave you longing for more, subscribe to my channel, Green Gourmet. And thank you very much. See you very soon on Green Gourmet for another recipe, another adventure, and a new video. Bye for now.